One. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Fine.
Bueno, no sé cómo hacer para grabarlo.
Espera. Bueno, no importa, no importa.
No lo ves igual.
No, no importa.
No sé. Ay, para que no sé cómo salir de ahora.
Press ask or you're gonna... Ponele ok, ahí listo, Marce, se llama. Yo menos. Share screen.
No, no. Ah, sí, te voy a mostrar.
Yeah, entro. Oh, at last. So we have to do number 3, I think. Yes. Bueno, Sophie.
After buying some French bread, we climbed the Eiffel Tower.
Yes, good. Remember that buying, you keep the Y and then you write the I. Yes, Y and I. I had asked you if you remembered what to book was. Do you remember what it means?
Reservar o algo así, ¿no?
Yeah, yes, that, exactly. Okay, so number 4, Mateo?
Before leaving Rome, we visited the Colosseum.
Yes, we visited, remember if it finishes in T or D, we pronounce visited, yes, or added. When it finishes in T or D, we pronounce id. And number 5, Vicky?
After flying to Athens, we got a boat to a Greek island.
Good, island. Again, flying, you have the Y and then you add I. Okay, Sophie?
Before returning home, we spent a week on the beach.
Good. Very good. No. Where can I leave you there? Well, so past simple, past perfect. By the time, is this clear, this expression? Because it's the first time that it appears. By the time. Can you understand it?
Sí.
Yes, okay. By the time Jack arrived, his friends had left. By the time Maria started university, she had saved over 500 pounds. I hadn't heard any Jet songs until my friend gave me their CD for my birthday. So this happened or didn't happen before this. Nick came home really late last night. Really? Where had he been? So this was before he came home. We use the past perfect with the simple past to show that one past action or event happened before another one. We often use the past perfect when the order of the events is not clear. Yes, so when I woke up, my parents went out. What does this mean? That they went out after I woke up. When I woke up, my parents went out. So first I woke up and then they went out. But if I say, when I woke up, my parents had gone out, that means that they went out before I woke up. Yes? So be careful with the possible mistakes, and here that you have an example. I felt tired because I stayed up all night playing computer games. This is wrong because you felt tired and you stayed up. What happened first? That you felt tired or that you stayed up?
That you felt tired.
That happened first. First in time. So we have two actions in the past. You felt tired and you stayed up playing computer games. What happened first in time, chronologically speaking?
That you stayed up all night playing computer games.
So if that happened first, that should be in past perfect. So I felt tired because I had stayed up all night playing. Yes. So if you use past and past, it's wrong because you are not showing that this action happened before this one. Yes. So this is a common mistake, especially for Argentinians, because we use it like that in Spanish. Estaba cansada porque me quedé, o digo, me quedé jugando, pero no decimos, me había quedado. So it's a common mistake for us. But in English, we have to think, if two actions are in the past or happened in the past, which of the two actions happened first? Well, this one. So this one should be in past perfect. Well, after finishing his homework, Ben wrote his blog. So which of these two actions happened first? Although you don't have past perfect here, but which was the first action in time? This one or this one? What happened first?
Finishing his homework.
That happened first. So if you didn't have after followed by ing, how could you rephrase this sentence? Using past perfect, I mean.
After he had finished his homework, Ben wrote his blog.
Yes, the only problem was the person, because it would be better to say, after Ben had finished his homework, he wrote his blog. So we use the subject in the first part. Good. Before buying a new computer, I looked at prices on the internet. Can you paraphrase it using past perfect?
I had looked for prices on the internet before buying a new computer.
Yes, I had looked at prices on the internet before buying or before I bought, it's the same, a new computer. Good. So what I wanted to show was that we can use after or before plus ing instead of the past simple like here, or instead of past perfect, like here. Because here we said, I had looked at prices on the internet before I bought. So here the before and ing are replacing simple past, before I bought. But in this one, Ben wrote his blog after he had finished his homework. So in this case, the after and the ing are replacing a past perfect. So after or before can replace past perfect or simple past. After I had eaten, I went out. Or you can say, after eating, I went out. So here, this is replacing past perfect, for example. We can only use after or before plus ing plus past simple when the subject is the same in both parts of the sentence. For example, after failing my exams, who failed the exams? I started working hard. So you have I, and the subject of this part is I failed my exams. So if we have the same subject, we can use after or before. But look at this. After failing my exams, my mom was very angry. This is not possible because here we have my mom as the subject, and here I have I failed my exams. So this is wrong because we must have the same subject in the two parts of the sentence. After I failed my exams, my mom was very angry. Yes, so we can use after or before and ing if you have the same subject in the two parts. But if you are going to change the subject as here, we can't use ing. The ing form is used when the subject is the same. After finishing his homework, Ben wrote. He finished and he wrote. Before buying a new computer, I looked. So I looked and I bought. Yes? Okay, I think this was the end. Yes. Yes. Okay, so let's go. One. Yeah, Bueno. Right. Y tengo okay. Right. Me pasé. We are going to speak about different heroes here. So before, I would like you to think and to tell me think of a hero or a heroine that you have or that you consider, someone you consider to be a hero or a heroine. Yes? Let's see. Mateo, who do you consider a hero or a heroine?
I don't know. Maybe a person who
Yeah, but
cares cares
I
about other people.
oh, yeah, yes, but what I want you to think is a name, someone that you consider a hero, someone that you feel is your hero.
I don't know.
Maybe someone that you know personally, or someone you don't know personally, or somebody alive or dead, whoever you want.
Ni idea.
Let's see, Vicky, can you think of a hero or a heroine?
Maybe Malala Yousafzai. I don't know her last name. I think it's Yousafzai. I don't know. It's I saw her in in my school. She's from Pakistan, I think, and she got shot from shot because of she wanted to go to school, and the government didn't want girls to go to school, so she went and they shot her. And now she does a lot of projects to make make schools better in Pakistan and those countries, and make girls to and make better um, and make better schools.
Mhm. Yes, and to open schools for girls, you mean?
Yes.
Exactly. Good. Mhm. That's your heroine. And you have explained what her most important achievement has been, working to improve schools. Yes, improve is the same as make better. Right. Let's see if Sophie can think of a hero or heroine.
I don't know. No, I don't know.
And you, Mateo, have you thought of anyone?
I don't know. Maybe Favaloro.
Okay. Mhm. What was his most important achievement? Do you know the word achievement?
Yes, el loro.
Yes.
Bueno, era el bypass, algo así, ¿no?
Yes, exactly. Yes, he invented, or he thought of how to make a bypass. And he was the first in the world to do it. Right. He saved many lives, fortunately. Okay. Right. Well, Sophie, if you can think of any. No?
No, miss.
Okay. Well, and do you have any friend or anyone in your families who have some other hero or heroine?
I don't understand the question.
That if you can't think of a hero of your own, perhaps you know that your best friend has a hero or a heroine. Or maybe your father has a hero or a heroine.
No, I think they don't.
Okay. Well, we are going to read about 3 people who are considered to be heroes or heroines. But before that, here it says milestones in travel. Have you ever seen this word, milestone?
No.
No. Well, it means hito, but do you know what an hito is? Un hito en la historia, for instance. Can you understand the word hito?
No.
Any idea?
Something important that happened.
Something important that changed, that produced a change. Yes? Something very important that produced a change in history. So, what, speaking for instance about technology, what milestones can we think of? What things happened that changed history? If we are talking about technology, for instance.
Computers.
Computers, when computers appeared, that was a milestone. Any other? Later or before that?
El internet.
Yes, right. And much before that? For instance, I don't know how old your grandparents are. How old do you have your grandparents?
Yes.
And how old are they, more or less?
78.
Okay. So, did they have the same devices as you have at home now?
No.
Well, okay, so think what appeared throughout their life. That
The television.
The appearance of the television was a milestone. Yes. Any other?
The radio.
The radio, right. What else? How did people communicate in the past?
The cell phone.
The telephone, yes, the normal telephone, then the cell phone or the mobile phone. So all those are milestones in history. Yes, the appearance of Jesus Christ when he said that all men are equal. Well, that was a milestone because nobody thought that all men are equal. So that could also be a milestone. Well, and many others. So milestones in travel. So we are going to speak about heroes, but which did things that were important, but all of them connected with traveling. Heroes of the air. Right. Amelia Mary Earhart, 1897 to 1937. What we have to, well, after we read it, we have to find out what the famous achievement was, her famous achievement was. So, Sophie, would you like to start reading?
Yes. In 1917, when
Yes.
she was 20, Amelia Earhart went to an air show with her father. While she was watching the planes circling in the sky, she realized she had found her vocation. She wanted to be a pilot. The next day, she took her first trip in a plane and her career had begun. In 1932, she became famous as the first woman to fly solo across the Atlantic Ocean. 5 years later, she began her most ambitious project, to be the first woman to fly around the world. Tragically, she and her plane disappeared just before completing the journey. Where did she disappear? Nobody knows, and it's still a mystery today.
So, in what century did she live? In what century was she born? I laugh because all students have problems with centuries. What century is this? It starts in 1800 and it finishes in 1900. So
17th century?
no.
19th century.
Yes, that. O sea, si empieza en el 1800 y termina en el 1900, ustedes escriben 1900, ese, el 19 sería el siglo. So, in this case, in what century did she die?
20.
20, porque iría de 1900 a 2000, entonces empieza 2000 con 20, ese es el siglo. 20th century, yes? So, okay. What nationality was she? Was she British or where was she from?
She was from United States.
Yes, so what nationality was she?
North American.
But how would, we don't speak about North American. What do we say? What do they say and everybody else said?
American.
Yes, American, as if they were the only ones in America. But well, if you are from the USA, you are American, only that. Okay, good. So what was her most famous achievement?
To be the first woman to fly around the world.
Yes. So the first woman to fly. No, because what happened when she was trying to fly around the world?
She disappeared.
Yes, she disappeared. We guess that she died. Her plane must have crashed. Although it's a mystery, as it says here, but tragically she and her plane disappeared just before completing the journey. So she didn't complete the journey. So it's not because of that. That was not her most famous achievement because she couldn't finish it. She couldn't complete it.
Because she was the first woman to fly solo across the Atlantic Ocean.
Yes, so in famous achievement, we could write first woman here, first woman to fly solo across the Atlantic Ocean. Okay, right. And how did she realize that she wanted to become a pilot? What had happened?
She went to an air show with her father.
But that happened before she realized that she wanted to be a pilot. So we should use.
She had gone to an air show with her father.
Yes, she had been, not she had gone, but she had been. Yes, exactly. And there she found her vocation. Yes, just what being there in the show and watching the planes circle in the sky, that made her find her vocation. Okay, well, let's see the next one. This is Helen Sharman. And what is her nationality?
Britain.
Britain is the country.
British.
British, very good. Okay, can you read, Mateo?
In 1989, a young scientist, Helen Sharman, was listening to her car radio when she heard an advertisement. Astronaut wanted. No experience necessary. She was one of 13,000 people who applied, and about 2 years later, in 1991, she became the first British person in space. She joined a Russian expedition to the Mir space station and spent 8 days in space. Before the launch, she had trained for 18 months in a star city near Moscow. While she was preparing for a spaceflight, she also learned Russian. At the space station, Helen did scientist experiments and had lived conversation with British school children.
Yes, remember that in this case, the word works as an adjective to describe conversations. So it is not live, but live. When it works as a verb, it is live. But when it works as an adjective, as in this case, live conversations or a live concert, then it is pronounced live. Okay, so we said that she is British. And what is her most famous achievement?
She was the first British person in space.
Exactly, that's it. Okay, and how did she find her vocation? Or how did she first think of what to do with her life or what she wanted to do with her life? Had she always thought of becoming an astronaut? Or when did she first think of that? How did that idea come to her mind?
When she had heard an advertisement in her car radio.
Yes, that was the first time she thought about that, right? Okay, and what did she have to do to become an astronaut?
She had to apply.
Yes, first she had to apply. Yes, for the job, and then what else did she have to do?
She had to join a Russian expedition, and then she had to spend 8 days in space.
Okay, but before that, because there she had already become an astronaut. But before that, before flying into space, did she have to go to university or what did she have to do?